Friends, hello, welcome back. Hope everyone's having a lovely day. In honor of the release of the NHL 26 cover, we got the Tkachuk family, Brady, Matthew, Keith. We have created a team of all former NHL cover athletes here today. As you can tell already, Martin Brodeur, one of the greatest NHL games ever released, the first NHL game I ever played. Maybe there's some bias behind it there. I don't think so, because hey, we had training, we had skill points, and we had skill points in the SHL. There was a good be a pro. There was a lot. I think they're still connected, friend. There was a lot to like about that game. Do you know what that game is? Do you know the game? Here's a fun question for everybody. Can you name what game every single one of these players was the cover athlete? I think we can go down a list of names of cover athletes. Can you name what game it was? Here we go. Let's take a peek. Matthew Tkachuk this year, obviously. Connor McDavid gracing the cover. Mario Lemieux, that's an old one. Peter Forsberg, same stories. Give you a clue, it's in the 90s. Jack Hughes just recently last season. We remember Austin Matthews was going to put these guys in here twice. I really thought about that. I was like, should we make two Austin Matthews? I mean, to be gracing the cover twice is quite impressive. And an interesting strategy because there's a lot of players, but I don't know how. I've always wondered how the selection process works in that regard, because I understand McDavid or Ovechkin being there twice, greatest goal scorer of all time, and he was on the cover literally like 20 years ago before then. Matthews was really close together. Lindros, there's a name. Owen Nolan making the squad. Keith Tkachuk, there he is. Steven Stamkos. Back in the day, another guy, it's been such a long time. You forget where he was then, where he is now, still a stud. Brady Tkachuk making a squad there. Then you have Quinn Hughes, one of the Hughes brothers. We will put the Hughes brothers. I consider the deluxe edition. I guess we technically could look and say there really is one cover athlete, because when you look at the cover in the main screen on the game, it only shows the one player. I really hope, because I don't know if that's it. That has to be a Microsoft thing, right? Where the deluxe edition isn't when you buy the deluxe edition, you don't get the deluxe edition cover. It just shows the base one. I hope they fix. I don't know, something about it. I wish they'd fix it. I would like to have the cover of the edition I buy. I feel like that's part of it, right? If you're buying a deluxe edition, you want the deluxe cover. If I went to the store and bought the deluxe edition, I would want the deluxe cover. I wouldn't say, hey, let me get the lower one, especially if you love those players, or you love, in this case, that family. Quinn Hughes, Cale Makar, Luke Hughes, Chris Pronger. PK Subban's gonna play a little defense for us. We had to create him. I thought it was gonna give us the little thing on the top, and did not. Okay, PK's got to play though. Did not, or he's not in the league anymore. Hasn't been out long enough, I don't believe either. And then Marcus Naslund, 6 foot, 51 years young, holding it down for the squad. Go ahead and jump into this season. We use the Panthers, current reigning Stanley Cup champions, and one of the few teams that actually has a chance to afford this team, because, well, what's state tax and what's a salary cap, right? Long-term IR, I guess. Personally, I know this is probably not the popular opinion. Personally, I don't have a problem. I mean, I guess I kind of do. The state tax does make sense, but how do you get around that? That's in every single sport, and I think the only sport it really kind of affects, it seems like, is hockey. It stands out more in hockey than any other sport, but every sport's got that same situation. Hockey's the only one. I don't know if we just focus on that more in hockey, but without question, because I think the thing is, like every sport, there's desirable places. People want to play in California, they want to play in LA, they want to play in New York, but we're not penalizing California and New York for having players. Just like New York now, the Rangers get a lot of free agents because they want to play in New York, but we're not penalizing them. So something about that doesn't bother me so much. I just think it's unfortunate. What can you do for the small market teams like my Blue Jackets? The thing is, though, the long-term IR, that's ridiculous. We can obviously have that fixed and taken care of in the future, as I believe they are, targeting that, as they should, because that, to me, is crazy. Here's the salary cap. You can just go under it by putting some guys on the IR, and, before the Stanley Cup, whatever. That's crazy. That can be game-changing, because now we're not talking, 600K. We're talking, 2-3 million. That's the thing about, Florida. Florida wasn't getting these. Nobody was going to play for the Panthers 6 years ago. Because of the state tax. That's the thing too. We always have to keep in mind is there's a couple of things players are looking at. Yeah, some players do want that extra like 300K, 400K. Other players, they want to go where it's warm. They want to go where they can win. Florida was offering, one of those for a while, and not the other. Because there's two teams in Dallas. There's other places. Vegas doesn't know state tax. I'm trying to think. Right now, I think that's what's kind of difficult, is it's really glaring in those places. There's no place in no state tax. There's quite a few. I'm trying to think of who it is. It's not coming to me. It's not coming to me. I know Toronto. You know, that was the thing too. Nobody was mad when John Tavares was going to Toronto. They're playing some state tags there. Here we go. Playoffs as we expected. We see how the team did. They dominated. They played some really good hockey. Mario Lemieux dropped 112 points. That's gonna happen. 105 out of McDavid. 62 Geno's, not too shabby. Matthews 99 points. Where's Alex at? Alex. Only 26 goals. That's not Alex Ovechkin. We got the wrong Ovi. Will the row Ovechkin please stand up? Thank you. You know what I seen today? I logged in a hut and they had an 88 overall Ovechkin for his goal mouse. And it was fun about the last time we started playing hut because I seen the free one in there in the pack. I was like 88. But I think that was, you know, they give it to you based on that time of the year. They might give him an 88 too just because 8 and 8 Ovechkin. Not sure what they came up with that one, but it's like, well, it's been a while since we played hut. We actually played hut for a long time this year, 48 and 5, 48 and 9. It's just the overall progression system takes longer. And I don't mind the overall progression system taking longer because it's like, hey, we got something to play for later in the year. You don't have a very good player. You do play all year. But 69 and 11. Florida looking to run through everybody in the playoffs. The team of all cover athletes. It should be an easy one. Against the Tampa Bay Lightning. Do we dare sim through all of it and just find out? 2-1. 2-2. Oh, we better slow down. We didn't need to slow down because we're gone. Let's see that right. 1, 2, 3. Oh, we missed it. We lost the first game. Okay, wow. Gone in the first round. Florida 69 and 11. The first round, the President's Trophy curse lives on. Florida with that team. It is crazy when playoffs happen. Tampa didn't win 40 games. They didn't win 40 games. Carolina's gonna win the Stanley Cup, but it is just crazy what can happen once the playoffs happen. Teams tighten up, teams play with a little chip on their shoulder. Tampa obviously still a really good hockey team. You wouldn't have known it by the record, but still a very good hockey team. As far as the awards are concerned, what do we got here? Show us something. I have Pasternak winning Art Ross in the heart. James Norris with the Kyle McCarr. Lady Bing with the David Pasternak. What a nice guy. Nice guy, scores a lot of goals. Did it all this year. Calder Memorial going to Celebrini. Aho getting the Conn Smythe. Vesna. Mr. Martin Broder. The William Jennings, same story. The team obviously dominated all season, minus the fact that they did not win. There's a guy that didn't make the cover. The one and only does not want to be on the cover. Franklin J. Selke going to Sid the Kid. And David Pasternak just said, just give it all to me this year. He's going to need about 3 extra set of hands. Nonetheless, that is going to wrap things up for this video. As always, if you all enjoyed it, I appreciate you liking and subscribing. You never have to. Thank you for watching. We'll see you next time.